Welcome to the Growing in Love for Life podcast, where it's all about saving and strengthening your marriage and creating the relationship you really deserve and want to have. And now, from growinginloveforlife.com, relationship and marriage coach and best-selling author, your host, Liam Naden.
This is episode 39 of the Growing in Love for Life podcast. Hi everyone, Liam here again, and today I've got an interesting concept to talk about, and it's probably something you've already heard about. And what that is the role that opposites play in creating a great marriage or relationship. Now, I'm sure you've heard the expression opposites attract, and in fact you may have even heard it applied to relationships. And in truth, the law of opposites is something that plays a very important role in the dynamic of a relationship, and using it in the right way is not only important, but it's essential if you want to have a strong and growing marriage. But there's a problem, and that is that most people think of the law of opposites in completely the wrong way, and as such it takes their relationship in the wrong direction. The thing is that most people take this law of opposites to mean that it's perfectly normal and maybe even a good thing when two people are in a marriage and they're completely different to each other. They have different personalities, different values, different priorities, and even different goals. So people see other marriages, or perhaps even their own, where two people are in constant conflict because they're so different to each other. And they somehow think that this is healthy and a sign of a good marriage. Well, the truth is that conflict and opposing forces, if you like, in a marriage is not a good or healthy thing, and it's not at all what the law of opposites is really about. So today we're going to talk about what this law of opposites really is about, what it really means, and how you can use it in your own marriage to build more intimacy and connection with your spouse, and in the process reduce your problems, not add to them. So first of all, let's define what this law of opposites really is. Now, it's also called the law of polarity, and it is in fact one of the fundamental laws by which everything in our universe operates. Because everywhere you look, there are two opposite forces. We've got hot and cold, in and out, positive and negative, good and bad. You get the idea. Well, when you really think about this, you begin to realize that everything we see or experience exists as a complete and opposite balance of two opposing forces. And the same is true when it comes to marriages and intimate relationships. And of course, in this context, we label these two opposite forces, if you like, as masculine and feminine. And the thing I've noticed is that in great marriages, they maintain a strong polarity between the masculine and feminine forces. In simple terms, that means that the male maintains the best masculine qualities and the female maintains the best feminine qualities. Now obviously sometimes the roles can become slightly blurred, but in a truly great relationship there's always going to be a balance of strong masculine and strong feminine energy. Now of course, one of the first things that comes to mind when we're thinking about masculine and feminine is sex. And of course a passionate and strongly sexual aspect or dimension, if you like, is one of the striking characteristics you find in almost all great marriages. And no matter what anyone says, it's my firm belief, and certainly something that I've seen, it's my belief that a great sex life is essential to true vitality in a marriage. And here's a tip as a bit of an aside: if you want to improve your sex life, as well as every other area in your marriage, increase the masculine and feminine polarity that exists between you and your husband or wife. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you literally increase the sexual charge, if you like, between you and your spouse and expand and develop this male-female polarity? Well, the first and most important thing is to understand what true masculinity and what true femininity actually are. And there's a huge amount of confusion about this out there. In fact, many people confuse masculine with aggression and feminine with weakness. The truth is, though, that true masculine and true feminine energies don't have elements of aggression or weakness within them at all. In fact, true masculinity has elements of being loving And true femininity has aspects of being strong, but they're manifested in different ways. So let's look at some of the qualities here. What are some of the qualities of true masculine energy? Well, true masculine energy includes physical strength. That's probably the most obvious one we think of. It also includes leadership. And similar to leadership, it includes vision and a sense of purpose. Masculinity is also about decisiveness and the willingness to act. And it's also about nurturing and protection. Now, when it comes to feminine energy, true feminine energy includes such qualities as softness and gentleness. It's also about empathy and compassion. It's about caring and sensitivity. And it's also about cooperation. And here's another true quality of feminine energy. It's about being inspiring and motivating. So have a think about the qualities I've listed here and ask yourself, if I'm a man, how can I develop more of these masculine qualities within myself? Or if I'm a woman, how can I develop more of these feminine qualities within myself? And the thing is, by building your own energy and focusing on developing your own either masculine or feminine qualities, some great things start to happen both within yourself and in your relationship. You begin to start creating greater polarity in your relationship, and you will also automatically create more of the opposite energy in your partner. So, do you want your husband to be more masculine? The way to do that is to focus on you becoming more feminine, in the true sense of femininity, of course. And guys, do you feel that your wife is lacking some of the feminine qualities that you love and are attracted to? It's time to look at yourself, sir, and ask if you are a good example of a truly masculine man. Now remember, both masculine and feminine in their true sense are about love and strength. So take some time to really think about the definition I've given for each of these, and I think you'll see this is to be true. So the thing is, my point here today is the greater the polarity you can create in your relationship, the more your relationship or marriage is going to tap into a seemingly invisible force in the universe, if you like, that you will see and others will see as being very powerful, unstoppable, and very, very attractive. And the sparks are going to fly in your relationship. So give it a try and just watch what happens. And remember, if you want more help in creating true polarity in your marriage, it's one of the things I cover in great detail in my 30-day program called Save Your Marriage Relationship Transformation. And you'll find all the details about that on my website, liamnaden.com. That's all for this week. Have fun applying some of these ideas. I wish you all the best, because remember, there's only one sort of marriage worth having, and that's a great one. Bye for now.